Hello and welcome to our class on life cycle development. In Chapter 1, we'll explore the fundamental issues of development that scholars have addressed throughout history, beginning with the age-old debate of nature versus nurture. This discourse examines whether our behaviors and characteristics are primarily shaped by genetic inheritance or environmental factors. For instance, considering the case of language acquisition in children, is a child's ability to learn a language more influenced by their genetic predisposition or by the linguistic environment in which they are raised? Furthermore, the continuity versus discontinuity issue questions whether the development is a smooth, continuous process or a series of distinct stages. For example, Piaget's theory of cognitive development proposes distinct stages such as the concrete operational stage and the formal operational stage, which illustrate discontinuity. Lastly, the universal versus context-specific development issue explores whether there is one path of development or several paths influenced by cultural and context. For instance, the milestone of motor development, like walking, may occur universally, but the age at which children reach these milestones can vary significantly across different cultures due to the varying practices and expectations. The biopsychosocial framework provides a comprehensive approach to understanding development by considering the complex interactions between biological, psychological, and social forces. Biological forces include genetic, neurological, and physical conditions, such as how genetic disorders can impact development. Psychological forces encompasses cognitive, emotional, and personality factors, like how a child's temperament can affect their learning process. Social forces involve societal, cultural, and familial influences, such as how the family dynamics and cultural norms shape behaviors. The timing of these forces play a crucial role, as their impact can vary depending on when they occur in an individual's life. For example, the effects of a supportive educational environment are most profound during early childhood, but still significant in later years. Neuroscience enhances our understanding of human development by revealing how brain structures and functions change over time and how these changes can relate to behavior and cognitive processes. For instance, the MRI studies show how the prefrontal cortex, are responsible for decision making, continues to develop into young adulthood. So, understanding developmental theories. A developmental theory is a systematic statement of principles and generalizations that provides a coherent framework for understanding how and why people change as they grow. The psychodynamic theories, such as those proposed by Freud and Erikson, emphasizes the influence of early childhood experience and unconscious motives on development. For example, Erikson's theory suggests that resolving the psychosocial crisis of trust versus mistrust in infancy sets the stage for future relationships. Learning theories, like those from behavioralists and social Learning theories, like those from behavioralists and social learning theorists, focuses on how external environmental stimuli and observational learning shape behavior. An example of how children learn social behaviors observing and imitating adults. Cognitive developmental theories, such as Piaget's stages of cognitive development, explain how thinking and reasoning change systematically over time. For instance, Piaget describes how children move from concrete to abstract thinking during adolescence. The ecological and systems approach, proposed by Bronfenbrenner, highlights the multiple levels of environmental influence on development, from immediate settings like family to broader societal contexts. Lifespan and life course theories, like those from Bronfenbrenner, emphasizes the development is a lifelong process influenced by historical, cultural, and social factors, such as how historical events like wars can impact an entire generation's development. So, doing developmental research. Scientists studying human development employ various methods to measure topics of interest, including observational studies, self-reports, and standardized tests. For example, researchers might observe children's play to understand social development, use questionnaires to assess personality traits, or employ standardized IQ tests to measure cognitive abilities. They use different research designs such as cross-sectional, longitudinal, and sequential studies to understand the development changes and continuity. For instance, a longitudinal study might follow the same group of children from infancy to adulthood to observe how early experiences influence later outcomes. Researchers must adhere to ethical procedures ensuring the protection of participants' rights and well-being. This includes obtaining informed consent, ensuring confidentiality, and minimizing any potential harm. For example, when studying sensitive topics like childhood trauma, researchers must take extra care to protect participants' privacy and emotional well-being. Once the research studies are conducted, investigators communicate their findings through academic journals, conferences, and other scholarly platforms, ensuring that their results are accessible to the scientific community and the public. Research in human development has significant implications for public policy, informing decisions on education, healthcare, and social services, and shaping interventions and programs aimed at improving developmental outcomes across the lifespan. For example, research on early childhood education has led to the implementation of preschool programs that enhance cognitive and social development in young children. By understanding these fundamental concepts and methods in developmental research, students can appreciate how the complexity of human growth and development and the importance of scientific inquiry and uncovering the patterns and processes that shapes our lives. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be willing to answer them, but I do encourage you to continue reading your chapter 1 and to do any extra studying in regards to any questions that you might have. Thank you so much for attending this chapter 1 class, and you have a wonderful day.